Well, hello everybody! Welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a powerful homestead in the desert. And look at this, right here. Okay, so PV1, 197 volts. PV2, 181 volts. So that's pretty close to balance. I could probably add one more 100 watt panel, but I think that's going to put me over, so it's fairly close right now. It's 16 volts difference, so I'll live with the 16 volts difference. All right, look at the batteries. Running everything all day long, and the batteries are full. Yeah, I like it. I think I'm gonna like it. SunGold power and watt cycle, perfect companions. They work great. Until Watt Cycle makes their own all-in-ones. I hope they make something similar to this, because these things are great. Now there's a lot of settings that you need to have on these, but those settings are really not that hard if you don't make them hard. You take your time, read it, see what they're saying, and then go on from there. Alright. So the display shuts off, so it saves power. It doesn't have to burn the display out. Alright, I've got the logger installed. I'll put a picture up of what that looks like on screen. It tells you everything that's going on right over your phone. And it's going to be, I should be able to log it onto my computer too. But it'll be accessible because it's on the internet. With my password, I can access it from anywhere I want. And it doesn't matter where I am, I can access it, as long as I've got internet. Pretty cool. So I got the rover down, which only takes care of that one battery. I got that down to just 75 watts of Harbor Freight solar. That's all it's doing, and batteries are full, or the battery is full. So that one's happy. I'll be moving that unit and cleaning out this wall here and making it look a lot neater on this side of the unit. So I really like that logger thing. It just plugs into the Wi-Fi down here underneath, and then you just run the app by scanning the QR code that's in the instructions. Then when you get to the point of setup, it'll ask you to come and scan that. And you scan that, and that tells the setup program what the codes are for your logger. And bingo, does all the setup for you. Pretty darn cool. I like it. You thought, buy me now, didn't you? Now give me what you promised me. Give it here. All right. Alright, I added in 2 of the cutoffs for the PV1 and PV2. So yeah, they're overrated, 300 amp, 50 amp. I'm not expecting those to pop the breaker. I'm not anywhere near 50 amps for a PV2. I think I'm only running, if anything, maybe 8 amp tops. I can take a reading someday and let you know. But right now, I'm going to go inside, have an ice cold bottle of water, and get ready to feed the dogs. And look who came home. That's my buddy DOG right there. Right, DOG? Hey, DOG, you know your name? Look up here. Everybody wants to see you. You've been missing for a while. And of course, everybody sees Limpy. She's here all the time. And there's Doggy Daddy, the king of them all. Hey, you're tearing my door up. Limpy, no jumping up. Jeez. You're old enough to know how to do that now. All right, Doggy Daddy. DOG knows you're the boss. There's no need to prove it. I'm glad he's home. He came home at breakfast this morning. He's been missing for a lot of weeks. Well, he hasn't really been missing. He's been about 6 miles from here at a neighbor's place because they had a female dog in heat, and Of course, he had to go up there and check that out. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off. Got my aims out. Anybody want to buy a nice inverter? For a small 12-volt system, you can't beat it. You know, of course, I'll clean it all up, make it look pretty. That's the big 80 amp 12-volt charger, which probably never going to use that again, but I'll see. I may be doing some more reviews, and I might need it. So, we're all up and running. Everything's working just fine. The only thing I got to do is add my J-box down here, clean out the excess wiring that isn't needed here. I can get rid of all of that, put my shelf down here, and then move the 4 batteries down. And then I might try hooking up my turbine to the Midnight Classic 150. And first I'll have to hook the Classic to 48 volts, because that's one nice thing about the Midnight Classics. They were good for anything from 12 volt DC to 76 or 78 volt AC DC. So you could use them for any size battery bank. They really were a king of the time. But now, I gotta say, all-in-ones beat them. The all-in-ones are great. So, I'll get my 6-gauge wire, I'll get my J-box, get this all cleaned up down in here, get my shelf in, batteries moved over. I'm going to switch that battery out with that one, and I'll be sure I'll have plenty of power to last forever on my my lighting. I'm going to be a happy camper. Camper? You don't live in a camper. All right, everybody. I'm just going to pause this in case I have something to add. Okay, I'm back, and the sun is set almost completely. Got a little bit of orange left in the sky, but it's dark out here. Doesn't look like it on the camera. That's pretty cool the way it lights up. But there is a light behind me here. So anyway, I got some more work done today. Kind of hard to see in the dark. But there's the system all set up, and it is after dark, so there's no more power coming in on the solar. There's no lights in this room, so let me see if I can find the buttons. There we go. So there's my power right now. I got 50 volts still coming in, flashing on and off. So yeah, there's nothing really coming in. But look at that, 53 volts on the batteries. They're fully charged. I just shut off the air conditioning and opened the windows because it's going to cool down outside. Check mark says everything is running good. And I got 10.9 kilowatts brought in today, so it's 10,000, almost 11,000 watts of power came in today. So I'm fine. You can see the solar is no longer coming in, and that's grid, so I'll never see that. But yeah, 53 volts going into the house, and I'm using about 1 kilowatt, so I'm using about 1,000 watts inside with everything I got running. And I got full batteries. And I'm running on 4 batteries. Just 4 12-volt batteries hooked in series for 48 volts. Amazing. I love this thing. It is really, really making me happy. So I got some more work to do cleaning up the wiring down here. I did add a couple of breaker switches, as I showed you earlier, to be able to cut the power on the PV if I need to. And those lights flashing there are because I've got the Wi-Fi connection hooked up, so I can monitor it from anywhere I am. And I went to town today to pick up mail, and sure enough, I logged in and there it was. Instant. As fast as I turned it on, it was there. I love it. Gotta love it. So I get my my supper on here. Is getting late, but I got a couple of chicken quarters on there. They should be done pretty soon. And then there's Limpy the lion, and Hardy, har har. Anybody remember that cartoon? And look at how big Brown Socks is getting. Amazing. And this is Lady right here. But yeah, the dogs all have their own places that they move out into the compound around here, and they guard me from all directions, so nobody can sneak up on me. And trust me, you don't want to accept that challenge. You really don't. One of my neighbors who knows me really well for at least 9 of the 10 years showed up today, and they wouldn't let her out of the car until I got outside. So pretty interesting. And my other neighbor showed up shortly after that, but I was outside here and I just called them all off, and they all just laid down and relaxed. But security, undeniable. Definitely good security. All right, everybody. So I'm going to close this off, get it uploaded since it's getting late. And then I'll have my food ready by then. Got some vegetables inside to go along with it. And got to get to bed and get some things done for tomorrow. This is G Bear, thanking you for joining me. Don't forget your thumbs ups. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. It's not free to join. If you hit the join button, it's gonna ask you for money. But you can subscribe for free. And I appreciate it. This is G Bear, signing off.